Lillian Bassman was a photographer, art director, and painter, best known for her elegant and moody fashion photography. Considered one of the most important fashion photographers of the 20th century, she was discovered in the 1940s by Richard Avedon, who encouraged her to pursue photography. Her distinctive style, featured in Harper's Bazaar from the late 1940s to the early 1960s, revolutionized fashion photography with its mystery, sensuality, and expressionistic glamour. Bassman also worked extensively in advertising, specializing in lingerie photography. Disillusioned with the changing fashion industry, she abandoned photography in the 1970s, destroying her commercial negatives. Decades later, a friend rediscovered her lost work, leading to her artistic revival. In her late 80s, she embraced digital techniques, reinterpreting her classic images and gaining new admirers. Her work remained in demand, leading to assignments for the New York Times Magazine and Vogue. This video delves into Bassman's artistic evolution, her groundbreaking work for Harper's Bazaar, and her influence on modern photography. Join us as we honor the life and legacy of this extraordinary artist, whose innovative approach continues to inspire photographers and enthusiasts worldwide. Lillian Bassman was born on June 15, 1917, in Brooklyn, New York, and grew up in the Bronx. Her parents were Jewish émigrés from Russia who indulged Bassman's bohemian adolescence, even allowing her to move in at age 15 with documentary photographer Paul Himmel, whom she would later remain married to for 71 years. Bassman studied fabric design at Textile High School in Manhattan and later studied fashion illustration at Pratt Institute in Brooklyn. 2 months after learning the art of photography in a magazine darkroom and entering the world of magazine editing and fashion photography as a protege of Alexei Brodovich, Bassman acquired her first major account and a regular position at Harper Bazaar in 1946. In 1949, she photographed her first Paris couture collection, which led to her distinguished career photographing the foremost models of her day and working for advertising clients such as Chanel and Balenciaga. Renowned for her innovative work in the darkroom, Bassman experimented by printing through unique materials like tissue and gauze, carefully burning in certain areas or bleaching sections of the photograph to create images that appear to be a cross between a watercolor and a photograph. 30 years into her career, Bassman became disillusioned with the photographic profession and closed the photography studio she shared with her husband, destroying most of her commercial negatives. However, in the early 1990s, a bag of negatives was discovered by a friend and returned to the photographer. Thanks to this incredible discovery and the innovative reprinting of her images using some of the same darkroom techniques she had employed decades earlier, a new generation of admirers was introduced to Bassman, and a full-fledged revival of her career ensued. As recently as 2004, Bassman was commissioned for editorial assignments by German Vogue and the New York Times Magazine. She also became particularly skilled at digitally manipulating her images, effectively replacing her many hours in the darkroom, which was no longer feasible due to her age. Lillian Bassman's work is in the permanent collections of institutions such as the Museum of Modern Art in New York, the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art, and the Victoria and Albert Museum in London. Her work has also been included in major group exhibitions alongside other giants of fashion photography, including at the Barnes Foundation in Philadelphia and the Brooklyn Museum in New York. These exhibitions not only celebrate her innovative contributions to the field, but also reveal how her unique perspective and timeless aesthetic continue to inspire and influence contemporary artists and photographers. Lillian Bassman passed away on February 13, 2012, in Manhattan, New York, at the age of 94. In the world of fine art photography, Lillian Bassman's name stands as a beacon of creativity, elegance, and timelessness. Her work is more than just a collection of photographs. It is a testament to her visionary approach, a journey where light and shadow dance together, telling stories that transcend the boundaries of time and space. In the mid-20th century, when fashion photography was taking its form, Lillian Bassman was not just another photographer. She was a trailblazer, an artist who saw the world through a different lens. While others captured fashion in its most commercial and glamorous form, Bassman turned her camera towards something more profound. She didn't just photograph clothes and models. She captured emotion, mood, and mystery. She painted with light, sculpted with shadows, and created images that felt like whispers from another world. Bassman's black and white photographs have become iconic for their striking simplicity, their depth, and the way they evoke a sense of wonder. She didn't just see the world in shades of gray. She found beauty in the contrast, in the tension between light and darkness. Through her lens, fashion became more than fabric. It became a reflection of the soul. Each photograph, each carefully crafted image, tells a story of elegance and grace, of strength and vulnerability, of stillness and movement. What made Bassman stand out was her ability to push the limits of traditional fashion photography. She didn't just follow trends, she created them. Her use of noir lighting was revolutionary, transforming the way we view fashion and beauty. Bassman understood the power of contrast, the way light can reveal and conceal, the way shadows can shape a moment into something magical. She didn't rely on bright, flashy lights to showcase beauty. Instead, she embraced the mystery of shadows, creating images that were both haunting and enchanting. Her post-processing techniques, often regarded as groundbreaking, further amplified the sense of dreaminess that characterized her work. The subtle textures, the soft focus, and the careful manipulation of every element allowed her photographs to transcend the ordinary. In her hands, a simple photograph became a work of art, a timeless masterpiece that speaks to anyone who gazes upon it. But beyond her technical skill and innovative style, what truly sets Lillian Bassman apart is her ability to connect with the human experience. Her photographs are not just pictures, they're windows into a deeper reality. They invite us to reflect on our own lives, our own experiences, and the fleeting moments of beauty that surround us. In Bassman's world, fashion is not just about clothing. It's about expression, identity, and the emotions that we carry with us every day. Her legacy reminds us that photography, like all art, is not just about capturing what we see, but about capturing what we feel. It's about making the invisible visible. And in the case of Bassman's work, it's about turning the shadows into something beautiful. As we look back on her body of work, we realize that Lillian Bassman's photographs are more than just images frozen in time. They are reflections of a world filled with contrasts, of light and dark, of strength and fragility, of simplicity and complexity. They remind us that beauty is not always found in perfection, but often in the subtle, quiet moments that speak to us in ways words never could.